Since 1993, the town of Livonia has had its very own treasure trove of both new and old. With 24,000 square feet, a welcoming atmosphere, and aisles jam-packed with unique items, you never know what you're going to find there, just as we did today with our guests. Welcome to Celebrate Michigan, the show produced on the campus of Madonna University. I'm Chris Benson, and today we have not only the Vice President, but the President of Town Peddler Craft and Antique Mall, Matt and Linda Macchiarolo. So Matt and Linda, welcome to Celebrate Michigan.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
Yes, we're glad to have you. You're just down the street from us, not too far here.
No, 5 minutes.
Livonia. And you've been there how long?
Well, 33 years this year. So November it'll be 33.
Oh my gosh, well congratulations
Thank you.
on being an anchor of the city of Livonia.
Thank you.
Couldn't be in a better town.
Yeah, and you've probably seen things change a lot throughout the years too. So wonderful.
Yeah, many changes. And we're just thrilled to be a part of a great community. It really is.
So, you know, you've got art, you've got crafts there, you've got antiques there. How did this come together, and how did each of you get connected to it, and when did that start?
So Matt and I met in college in Nashville, Tennessee, and we went to Dallas, Texas for him to go to grad school. My job fell through, and I couldn't find a job. So I went down the street to a local craft mall, and they hired me at $3.35 an hour, and about a year working there, and I started to manage their new store. But I said to Matt, because I'm from here, I said, do you want to move to Michigan and open one of these stores? And he said, yes.
Oh my gosh, forget grad school.
Well, you know, grad school, I decided grad school can wait, let's see what happens, and I still haven't gone.
Oh my gosh, well, okay. There you go.
Yeah, so then we opened Livonia, and it's been 33 beautiful years, you know, so we're just thrilled just to be here, you know. It's a great business.
And same location for 33 years?
Yeah, I mean, we had a few other stores at one time, but they're all closed now, but we do have just the one store, and we love it.
And was it always the size it is now?
Yes.
Okay, oh my gosh, so you started out with 24,000 square feet right away.
Yeah, 24,000 square feet, but we only started with about 100 vendors.
Okay.
And then, you know, it just grew over time. And so that's how it just kind of, we've been very blessed.
Yeah, we first opened in 1993, and as Linda said, about 100 vendors we started with, but it started getting fuller and fuller, and by the end of 1994, we were totally full.
Wow.
And we have been since. Yeah.
And do you remember like your first few vendors that you worked with?
Oh yeah,
a few of them are still with us.
Still with you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a wonderful. And I know you've got some photos or pictures to show us of what to see there.
Sure.
So let's take a look and talk me through what we're going to look at here.
All right.
Right here in the city of Livonia, such a great place. And all the things that you've got there. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and it's video, so here we are. We're pulling up front to, as you said, the prettiest building in Livonia.
Previous mayor told us that.
Oh, okay, so I'm walking in.
Yeah, we've done a couple of remodels. So this is, we remodeled a few years ago, and it looks to be on our antique side, and that's a crafter who makes note cards, and he does the cities. Lots of antiques in the store. So the store's about half and half antiques, and the other side is crafts and gift lines. Yeah, we just have all kinds of antiques.
All kinds of collectibles, you know, things that people collect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is our Michigan area that they just showed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Such a variety of things.
Oh gosh, there's everything,
there's
and there's
millions.
every price point too. You know, you can go in and buy something for $1, and then we have things for $1,000. So you know, everybody can kind of enjoy, no matter what price point they're looking for.
And you mentioned it, you know, again, you've got crafters that are there, over 100, you said at this point? Or?
No, we have 350 booths, and some dealers have multiple booths. So we have about 300, and you would know, 325 vendors?
It's more like, it's about 360, I think.
Oh my gosh.
About a third of them are antique dealers, antique vintage and collectible and things like that. And then the rest of them are craft dealers and gifts and things like that.
Okay. And how did you decide at the beginning? Is it just like anybody who comes to us, you're in, or is there like a certain, you're looking for certain?
We are.
People to work with.
If you're asking about the beginning, it was like open doors. But, we learned a lot. You make a lot of mistakes, you learn from those. And so now we have a process. They put an application on our website and submit pictures and tell us what they have. And so we're a little more discerning now. But, we're really looking for are people that are actually interested in doing it and have a fire in their belly to do the things that it takes to be a retailer. The dealers aren't there. We take care of that for them. We do all of that. All they got to do is make the stuff or procure the stuff and then bring it in and price it and put it in their spaces. We handle everything else. So.
Oh wow! So that's probably a very attractive deal for them, I would imagine.
Oh heck yeah!
Every one of those booths are like its own storefront, and so we're looking for dealers that will focus on that as a business, and will do the things they need to do to make their business succeed.
So we saw a few things in the video. So I could be coming and looking for a brand new item. I'm going to give someone a gift. Maybe I'm looking for a unique gift. It sounds like you've got a wide variety of those things.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
As well as like antiques that are a little bit different. So talk about the antique part, because I bet that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. So vintage is hot right
yes,
now.
it is. Yes.
Yeah. And what we really, really like is the younger generation are shopping there.
Yeah.
We were a little scared there for a while. Late like 2019 and 2020. Well, obviously with COVID, that was a whole different animal. But then we started to see a lot of kids, what I call kids, 20-somethings. They're shopping with us now. I had two girls just yapping away today and having the greatest time and walking around and looking. They went to the vintage side, they went to the craft side, and they were, trying things on. It was so fun. So we just have this new generation coming in, and it's really brought a lot of life to the store. And we have a lot of our vendors now are young people.
Oh, wow.
So,
Yeah.
20-somethings, 30-somethings,
Yeah.
and they're because they're so into vintage, or they make things, and so it's that whole it's no longer the store of the past, it's the store of the future.
Awesome.
And so I love that the vendors have really stepped up and done that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we have to take a break already. Don't
Sure.
go anywhere, and you don't go anywhere either. We'll be right back to talk more with Linda and Mark about the Town Peddler.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, "Read your lease. No pets allowed." My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Hi, I'm Peter, and there's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends.
Come on in. Help yourself to anything.
That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ate than never. To learn more, visit SaveTheFood.com.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes, and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Welcome back to Celebrate Michigan. I'm Chris Benson, and joining me today are Linda and Matt Macchiarolo. And Matt, I called you Mark. I'll never do that again.
It's okay. It's my brother's name. It happens all the time.
Your brother's not on the show. So. And they're with the Town Peddler, and we are just having a great time talking about all the items you have in the store. And I mean, I love going into an antique store. I love crafts too, but there's just something about, vintage items. And it sounds like they're popular now. Who are the people that come into the store, and how do you keep items on hand that are relevant? Like, how do you know what people are going to be into?
Well, that is a good question every day, but you never know what's going to be hot.
Yeah.
But our customers can range anybody from an 8-year-old to a 90-year-old.
Wow.
Because there's just so much in the store that can appeal to every age group. But we've been really successful and blessed by having the younger generation of dealers moving in that has really brought in the products that that the younger generation would like. So we're trying to stay relevant all the time by picking and choosing those vendors to come in and picking and choosing products that appeal to a broad range of people. And so it's just fun, being able to pick and choose.
Yeah. Are you surprised sometimes about like what is popular or what either sells or doesn't?
Sometimes we don't understand why something is so hot, but we'll ride that wave, and give people what they want if we can.
I actually have a good story for that, and I unfortunately didn't bring one with me. I meant to, but crocheted washcloths.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When I originally, this is why I can't judge. Okay, I can't judge an item because if someone had told me that these crocheted washcloths would sell, I'd have been like, oh no, never. I mean, they've been hot for 33 years.
Wow.
So, and they're still hot.
Oh my gosh.
It's just one of those things you just can't judge yourself. So you can't really think about it I can't look at it through my lens. I have to look at it through the customer's lens.
Yeah.
And that's what we're always focused on, and what is best for the customer.
Yeah.
And then we drive our business from that.
Well, and you just mentioned, being in business for like 3 decades, and technology has really changed. How has that affected how you run the store or the experience in the store?
Well, starting right out of the gate, we had a computerized system that a lot of antique stores, like mom and pop stores, they'll do everything by hand, but we couldn't do that with the scale that we were at. And it worked for 25 years, and then we realized as technology was getting more advanced, we needed to up our game. And a few years ago, we went into went to barcodes, where all the items, and you can see some of these here, have barcodes, and it has absolutely revolutionized how the kind of customer service we can give, because we can get to the checkout faster. The dealers love it because they can track their sales much better. It's been amazing, and and it's we try to stay on the forefront of technology to keep that up. So.
Absolutely.
Wow. And I imagine, again, when you're working with all these, and that's something I didn't realize about, having been there before, I didn't realize that you've got just so many different people that are, bringing their items into these different places, and you're sort of organizing all that for them, right? But I imagine that would be great for them to have that kind of data and that they didn't have before.
Yeah, it's a game changer.
Wow. What are some other things you've seen that have either changed over the years or that surprised you as you've
Well,
been?
the email didn't exist when we first started.
That's true.
We had a massive mailing list. Now we do emails. We have thousands, 15, 20,000 people on email alone. And of course, social media. That's new since we opened.
Yeah.
So we've always embraced the ways to connect with our customers, and so as soon as we see something, we know we seeing that it's exciting and working, we'll jump on it.
And that's all part of staying relevant to every generation, the older ones and the new ones.
Yeah. And talk to me about challenges. So it's a family business too, right?
Yep.
And again, it's popular and right here in the city. What are some challenges that you've had, and how have you overcome those over the years?
Yeah, it's a good question. You know, there's always going to be challenges. Mistakes that we make, and I have a saying, you learn more from your mistakes than you do your successes. Yeah. But, finding the right dealers, keeping the dealers that have done well over time. Everybody has personal problems, and sometimes those things get in the way. But, just making sure that we offer the customer a product that they want, a constant challenge, and trying to stay up with the times. And, that's just something that we do. And it's, something that we've been able to do well. So I don't know, the challenges are always, something that you just work through and keep your head high.
Every problem is an opportunity, the way I see
right.
it.
Matt likes to say that.
And so whenever we have some sort of an issue that we have, then we say, well, how can we make things better? This is an opportunity to make things better.
Systems are your friend.
Systems are your friend.
Yeah. And this is a family affair too.
It is.
Yeah.
So what's it like working together?
Oh, well, we've done it pretty seamlessly for 33 years. We had a consultant once. His name was Ian, and he did these, tests on the two of us. And he was from England. And he said, "You two will never get divorced because you're like a puzzle piece that fits like this."
Oh my gosh! Wonderful accent, by the way, too.
Yours is better than mine.
That. But both of our children are, two of our kids are joining the company.
Oh, how awesome!
Yeah, Sam and Abby, and we're just thrilled. Sam's been with us for a couple years now, and then Abby joins us in June, so that's coming up. It's coming up quick.
So keeping this in the family sounds wonderful.
Yeah, being able to move the company to the next generation is quite exciting.
Very much so. Oh my gosh. Well, we have to take another break. We know you're going to stay with us because we're going to talk about these geese, which I've been dying to talk about. They're very hot right now. So we'll be right back with more about the Town Peddler. Stay tuned.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Yes, ready. Go get it.
Oh, come on, Randy. Animal shelter, here I come. And no, I'm not crazy or emotionally damaged. That's a stereotype. I just belong to a total loser. I'm a good dog. So if you want a pet, adopt. And if you see Randy, tell him he dropped his wallet.
I want to see the world.
When you pick up a book,
I used to read every night to all the younger kids,
and let your imagination break free, you won't believe how much fun it can be.
Let down your house!
Experience a world of adventure, excitement, and endless possibilities. Get tangled up in a good book. Explore new worlds. Read. Visit read.gov today.
Fast-paced family life in need of a slowdown?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Did you know all those green shapes on maps are parks and forests? It's true. Visit discovertheforest.org and plan to visit a park or forest near you, instead of just wondering what it would have been like.
While the word forest might make you think of distant lands from far, far away, please note parks and forests are closer than you think, which means things like beautiful scenery, fresh air, and family time are also closer than you think.
Welcome back to Celebrate Michigan. I'm Chris Benson, and I'm here with the husband and wife team of Linda and Matt Macchiarolo. They are from the town Peddler here in Livonia. They're the president and the vice president, and it's time. It's time for us to talk about the geese. When I saw the geese come into the studio today, I was like, oh, there's geese here. And I've noticed there are more in my neighborhood, and I remember like 20 years ago them being a big deal, and then I thought, oh my gosh, they're here now too. So this is a thing now.
The geese are back.
They're
back bigger than ever.
Yeah,
Really?
30 years ago, we had, it was a big thing.
Yes.
And
They're
just
back.
in the last few years, they have exploded. They're flying out of the store.
Literally flying out of your store. Ba-dum-bum. So I have a smaller, you've got all kinds of versions here. So let's talk about the tabletop goose here.
Yeah, so he's metal.
Oh.
So he's new this year. We've never had metal ones before, and now we got a metal guy.
He's lightweight enough to put on your table.
Oh.
Yeah, or you could anchor him down to go outside. He's got like a little spot to anchor him down. And of course, the little outfits are so dang cute.
Yes, when you came in, we had a naked goose here in front, and then quickly we made sure that did not happen on
can't have a naked
television.
goose.
So the outfits are wonderful. So I see we've got like a bonnet, skirt, apron.
Yeah,
This is like a watermelon motif, you know, so very, very summery.
Yeah,
I see that.
Yeah.
And then
the big goose, now this one's cement. And how many pounds is that, Matt?
77.
So you don't have to worry about it flying away.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And we've decorated him or her in the USA motif, since it's the 250th of the USA.
There it is.
And one of our dealers hand crocheted that. And how cool is the ear? They've got, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's got the cute little earrings on there. So that was just too cute.
And outfits for every occasion.
Yeah,
for every occasion, there's a fairy outfit. On the other side, there's a little cowboy or cow goose outfit.
Yeah.
And there's hundreds of things to choose from at the store.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And every outfit, I mean, every goose has got to have a full wardrobe, right?
Well, and I was going to say, for those who are just getting into goosing, if you could give them some tips that, for what do you see? So is it seasonal? How often are we changing the outfits on the gooses? What do you?
Yeah, most of my customers, they'll change them every season. So, or if it rains, they got to put their raincoat on. And at Christmas, you got to have your elf outfit, or
the Santa.
The Santa.
Very nice.
You got to change it. So yeah, it's really fun, and the customers really get into it. I mean, I know customers who have hangers and have a little closet for them.
So the geese clothes. Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
It's fun.
What's old is new, right?
Exactly.
Because something that again, I remember this trend from years ago, and I thought, oh, that's done. Nope, it's back.
Well, I think it's getting bigger now because there's a lot of social media groups about. There's Michigan Porch Geese. Group on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's crazy.
Okay, well, there's an interest group for everyone who has an interest.
There really is. Yeah, it's so fun.
Well, you have some other items with you today. Maybe we'll start at that end.
Yeah.
What do we have here?
Here, Matt, can you hand me that light there? So this is uranium glass. I don't know if you've ever seen that
I've
before,
heard
but there's
of that.
actual uranium in there. Oh dear.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Okay. But if you have the you glow that on it. Here.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh,
you
God.
have it.
It was
but
working
it's
It glows.
But it glows.
It will glow
yes,
under black. Oh, there it is.
There
It glows under black
There we
light.
go. So that's uranium glass.
How interesting.
Yes, and not safe to drink out of. So people collect it and put it in, like
cabinet.
a cabinet. Yeah, but hot right now. This uranium's really hot.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
And then, so the next item we have here is Art Deco rhodium over gold plate, my glasses, with the emerald color glass stone.
Oh, wow.
Art Deco is becoming really
popular. This is from the early 1900s.
Oh my gosh.
And it's a bracelet, and it's a bangle.
It's beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, that was a cool find. So I wanted to bring that, because literally you can't find those anywhere. That was a very rare piece.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was actually talking to one of our antiques specialists today, and she's like, you need to bring this. This is a really cool piece.
Oh, very much so. So people want to accent with something older, an older inspired piece.
Oh, yeah. And then, Pokemon cards are hot.
Again.
Still?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have probably thousands in the store, you know, loose ones, and we have the packs, the brand new packs, and so I thought I'd bring just a few Pokemon cards to show that, you know, that we have that, you know, and trying to explain how we just have this myriad of items there.
Yeah, and do you find that who is that popular with? Like, what demographic? Is it just all?
It's the teenagers and the young and the 20-somethings. I mean, one of my staff, she was almost 30, and she's got tons of them. My son does.
Oh my gosh.
You know, they all, Pokemon's hot.
Yeah, and you mentioned your staff. How many staff do you have in your store?
Oh, about 16.
Oh wow, so it's a whole team that's taking care of business.
Yeah, they're the best.
Yeah.
They're the absolute best.
Yeah, and I have to tell you, 2025 was our best year ever.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, so we're just really thrilled, and you know, it takes a lot of staff to, you know, take care of all those customers, but you know, the staff are just phenomenal.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, they're great people, and yeah, they work hard. So.
And a good employer here in Livonia, so thank you for that as well. We appreciate that. And we've got a board game, a puzzle here.
Yeah, so this is Seek and Find Michigan, actually brand new, just arrived today. So that at the store, and these from a guy in Michigan, so that's kind of cool. And then Livonia-opoly, we are the exclusive carrier of Livonia-opoly now. So that's kind of cool. And Town Peddler is actually featured on the board.
Fantastic.
It's one of the locations,
it's kind of fun.
As it should be, right?
Yeah. So we're pretty excited about that.
Oh my gosh. Well, the time has gone by so fast today. I know this is just a small sample of what you have available.
Tiny,
and all kinds of new fun things coming in every day. So we know folks out there will come and stop by and check you guys out.
Love to have you.
That'd be great.
You're going to be here another 33 years, right?
That's right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
We ain't going anywhere.
Good. Well, congratulations on all your success and expanding it into even more of the family business.
That's right. We're excited.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited too, and thank you. We're so glad that you joined us with Matt and Linda today for another wonderful Michigan business that's around us. So we love supporting them, and we love celebrating Michigan with you. We'll see you next time.